Hey guys, welcome back to episode 31 of the... Sorry, what episode is this? This is 32? I can't bring myself to have that fake energy. Hey guys, welcome back to episode 32 of the BMW M Coupe project, and today all I have left is just pretty much the doors to do and the body of the car. I have the doors over here behind me. As you can see, I already put on the guide coat over here, so I'm gonna sand it down with 800 grit because we let it sit on the side for a bit, and I'm pretty sure probably overspray or maybe dust, start to develop over it. I gotta make sure it's actually ready for paint once again. So let's not waste any time and get into sanding the door. Alright guys, so as you can see, the door is now done being wet sanded. Now it's time for me to actually scuff up all the glossy parts so that whenever we spray over it, it'll actually stick to it. Alright guys, so I just finished this side of the door. I scuffed everything up over here at the bottom. I finished wet sanding. Now it's time to move on to the next door. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into that. Alright guys, so I found a little dent on one of the doors, and as you can see over here, I put a little bit of the putty. Totally neglected to record that, but I'm gonna wait for that to dry. I'm gonna feather it in, and that should fix the dent. I might need a reprimer. Alright, so fast forward, I basically let it dry, and afterwards I sanded it. I used a sanding block, and I basically sanded it flat. So as you can see over here, as you see, this is basically how it looks now, and you can actually see where the dent is. As you can see, the little blue area over here, this is where the putty essentially filled up the dent, and well, unfortunately, because of that, that means I need to reprimer it, and then once I reprimer it, I need to block it and then wet sand it. As you can see, it'd be kind of redundant to actually just kind of do the whole entire door, but we can just patch paint over here, and then I can just sand off the edge over here and blend it in. So that is the plan. That's what we're doing in order to fix this dent. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, it is the next day. I have my cousin over here. This is my cousin Nathan. We are going to now take out the slave clutch cylinder. I have the third part. It just recently arrived in the mail, and now it's time for me to actually put it back in properly. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift the car, take out the slave clutch cylinder, remove that, there was the push rod tip that was on the previous one. It actually broke off and it's currently in the transmission. So I'm gonna try to retrieve that. But first steps first, we need to raise the car. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so as you can see over here where my finger is at, do you guys see that? I hope so. This is the clutch slave cylinder. It's already pre-loosened. Honestly, I think I can just take it off. I don't even need to wipe. Alright, let me explain to you guys what I just did. I got it back in and I did feel the right pressure, but anyways, before I put it back in, what I did was I essentially put on the pressure bleeder on top. I pumped it up to 10 PSI. After that, I got the slave cylinder while it was out the car. I opened the bleeder, pumped it in, closed it, and let it go slowly. I did that a few times and it started to build up pressure. And then eventually, after maybe like 10 times of doing that, I think that was properly bled and all the bubbles came out. That being said, I ended up putting it back in. Now I'm starting to feel the pressure of it, there's resistance in it coming back. Definitely was a two-man job. I had to push it in and then had my cousin basically thread in the nut. So with that being said, we have it in. I'm gonna do the other one. Hopefully, I don't break this part again, and hopefully this actually works. Fingers crossed. I think we're good to go. Let's try it out. Dang it. The bite point is super low. Is that normal? Let me try bleeding it one more time. Okay, so I ended up actually fixing it. I also removed my clutch stop, and that helped out a lot too. So with that being said, it may have just been my clutch stop that was causing the issues, but everything's now done, back in place, back in order. Now we can actually drive it. Also, fun fact, my midwing just came off. Let me show you. Thankfully, this happened when we didn't paint the car yet. As you can see, the midwing is quite literally gone. It just came off, which was really crazy to see, honestly. But at least the car's running now. That's the main thing I wanted to get out of the way. The car runs, I can move it. I'll figure this out later. I'm gonna go rest. I'll see you guys on the next day. All right guys, it is the next day, and as you can see over here, I have my midwing area or my trunk area. This is basically what happened in regards to us moving the car around. The midwing literally came off. I think we were probably pushed against it, and as you can see, this is all the panel bond that I need to remove off the car. That's gonna suck, but nonetheless, work must be done. I'm gonna use 80 grits. I'm gonna use the orbital sander, and hopefully this should be a relatively quick job. It just kind of sucks because I think this kind of set me back a week, but let's go ahead and get into it. All right guys, so as you can see, I just finished sanding down all the panel bond that was originally on the car. That's all gone. Now, I also sanded the back of the midwing as well. So what's next for me to do is to basically use panel bond and reattach it back on over here. Once that is done, then we need to reprimer it, resand it, and then that should be paint. So with that being said, I'm gonna fast forward to us putting it on. All right guys, so as you can see, the midwing is now back on the car. We put on a bunch of panel bond and we just taped it up, so now this should be good to go. I think the best part is too, because we put on extra panel bond, there should be a point of contact not only on the edges, but also on the inside as well. So that should help it hold up significantly stronger. Now, quite honestly, I think it is a lot better that it happened now before we painted it. So I think everything happens for a reason, and I think it's really good that it happened now. So the bond, compared to how it was before, it should be a lot stronger. After that, I think I need to basically primer it and block sand again, and that should be ready for paint. So that being said, I'm gonna fast forward to the next day. Alrighty y'all, it is the next Monday, or the following Monday. As you can see now, the midwing over here is pretty stuck on there for the most part, I hope. Or at least it seems like it's pretty stuck on there. But anyways, with that being said, the panel bond is now dry. What's left for me to do is to remove the excess panel bond and to add on seam sealer. So let me go ahead and show you guys what I mean by excess panel bond. That on screen right now is what I'm referring to. But after that, I'm gonna add on seam sealer. After that, once that dries, I just gotta sand it down. And after that, it's primer. And after that, I gotta sand it. And after that, that should be paint. So that being said, let's go and get into it. Alrighty guys, now it's time for me to put on the seam sealer. I'm gonna go ahead and do that with the machine. I should probably wear a glove to do it, but screw it. Alright, so this is pretty much done for the most part. I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna fast forward to the next step. All right, so what's next is going to be removing the little dent I made over here. When I was removing the hood struts, I basically popped it out and it smacked it. So there's a little dent right here. So as you can see, like I kind of sanded it, and you can kind of see over here is obviously a little bit more raised, but I need to knock it down with a little hammer and then put on another layer of Bondo, and we got to reprimer it. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right guys, so as you can see, I sanded the heck out of it, and now it seems relatively flat. I'm gonna go ahead and primer this area, and then we're gonna have to basically block and sand it again. So with that being said, let's go ahead and fast forward to primering it if we get to that. But if not, I'm gonna clap now, so fast forward to the next day. All right guys, it is the next day, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, last night I feel like I had a caffeine overdose, or I took more caffeine than my personal limit allowed, and I thought I was gonna die, but anyways, I'm alive, I'm still here, and today I will be taking off the rear trunk of the car. I only have 4 bolts left. I need to take off the brackets, and pretty much the trunk should come off. I'm not gonna lie, I also was not in the mood to film, but I must persevere. So let's go ahead and remove it. There are 4 10mm bolts that I need to remove, and I'm gonna be using this little bad boy over here. I should probably go get a bumper stand so I can lay it somewhere so that I don't struggle. All right. All right, so trunk is now off. All right, so now I need to take off the under latch so that we can paint the bottom. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. There's like 3 bolts holding it up. There's 1, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. I'll go ahead and do it right now. All right guys, it is the next day, and as you can see, we added on white primer on the trunk, and I already put on the guide coat. For the most part, I used powdered guide coat for this time around, but long story short, now I need to basically block sand it over here, and once that's done, I'm gonna wet sand it. Once that's done, that should be paint. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so as you can see, I flipped it around. I need to scuff the inside so that we can actually get to painting it. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and scuff the inside with 600 grit. We don't have red scotch, right? So I'm gonna use 600 grit. All right guys, so as you can see, this is pretty much done being scuffed up, and I also masked it. This is pretty much ready to go for paint. So with that being said, let me go ahead and mask the doors as well. All right guys, so as you can see, the door is over here, the hatch is over here, and then we have the other door over there. Those are pretty much about to get done being painted. Those are gonna be painted tomorrow, and with that being said, by the time that I clap my fingers, these should be done painted. So with that being said, let's go ahead and fast forward. All right guys, it is the next day, and as you can see over here, these are done being painted. My doors have been painted. I'll do a little close-up so you guys can see how it looks like, but these are done. I'm gonna let these dry, and in the meantime, I'm gonna have to relocate them. The rest of the car needs to be painted as well. I'm gonna be working on that today. Long story short, all I need to do is basically wipe it down, probably sand off some little parts, and mask it, and that should be good to go. So let's go ahead and move on to the other car. Not the other car, but you know, the shell, you know what I mean, the shell of the car. All right guys, so we're at the car now. Obviously it hasn't been washed in a minute. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to basically wash this with like Dawn's dish soap, get everything cleaned off and ready for paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down first. So let's go and get into it.
You're good as my dad.
No, your dad is so much better than me. Your dad has a lot more skill than me.
Wait, can I say something?
What?
Can you put your pants up?
Why? Because my underwear's showing? I'm sorry. My bad, Suhei. My bad. Thanks for telling me. Thanks for telling me. I am super stoked because this is literally the last step. Actually, no, there's actually like 3 more pounds that we need to paint. But after those are done, the full car is done being painted. This is a huge step, and it took me around like 6 months to get to this point, and we're gonna be like 95% done with the car. What's gonna be left for me to do is basically just reassembling after this. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so as you can see, we finished basically painting the shell of the car. That is done. The only thing left is the side mirrors. Those are literally the last panels I need to paint. But with that being said, we're gonna remove all the masking and pretty much let it dry. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right guys, so we just finished removing all of the masking paper, and holy crap, dude, this thing looks insane. Especially in the sun too, oh my gosh. See if I can get the polarization right so you can see, holy. I'm super stoked on this. Oh my gosh. Dude, this thing looks crazy. You know, as I'm looking at it now, I think in the future I'm probably gonna swap out my seats to like black Alcantara seats, or maybe like do an Alcantara wrap on like the dash and stuff like that, so that the red isn't necessarily contrasting too much with the green. Because I think as I look at it more now, it kind of looks like a watermelon. So with that being said, I thought I was gonna finish this car in January. Clearly not, it's in April. So we still got a long way to go. I still have to reassemble the parts. I still have to paint my mirrors. I still have to do a bunch of stuff, but this, I can definitely say that we are like 90% done. Dude, look. Oh. This thing looks so sick. This thing looks so sick. Oh my gosh. Bro, dude, this thing looks so sick. Holy. I'm so stoked on this. Anyways, I do want to give a special thank you to Oscar, of course, because he painted this car for me and helped me out big time with this project. Without him, this probably would not have even been possible. Also, I do need to take off the paper and the tape off of the doors over here. It's right over here. I need to remove. Once that's done, I'm gonna call it a day. So I'm gonna go do that. All right guys, I literally just finished masking these up. These are the side mirrors. I literally did this one and this one too. I totally neglected to record all that stuff, but I basically put tape, as you can see over here. I put tape on all the wiring and everything, and I washed everything up, sanded everything, and it should be good to go. I added them onto the wires over here. So with that being said, I'm gonna call this an episode. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.